This is an instructional video for the shoe charm fasteners found on Amazon. This is a great product that'll keep your Jibbitz from falling off. It'll save you time and hassle from having to replace your Jibbitz. Unfortunately, Jibbitz tend to fall off. The bigger they are, the more they're prone to fall off your Crocs. So this is really the only product on the market that's designed to keep them on. It's just a simple kind of Pac-Man shaped piece of polycarbonate. Polycarbonate is great because it doesn't break. It doesn't shatter, particularly close to your feet is nice, not having anything that shatters and breaks off. These fasteners do take a little bit of training on how to fit them in your shoe because it's tricky. You can't see the fastener as it's going into the shoe because it's inside the shoe. Obviously, Crocs didn't plan to have an accessory for their accessories, so we're kind of working with what we've got here as far as the ease of putting these on. But really all you're doing is just sliding this fastener onto the stem of the charm. So I've got a McDonald's drink here, and really you can see that's it. It's as easy as that, just sliding it on. Really easy when it's off of the Croc, but I'll show you now what that looks like from the outside and then how to do it also from the inside of the shoe. So I've got the McDonald's fries here, and I'm going to show you from the outside what it looks like to put the fastener onto the back of this charm. So what you're going to do is just press down as hard as you can on the charm, and at the same time I'm using my thumb to pull up on the shoe. So you want to get as much space between the shoe and the back of the stem as possible. So you're pushing down the charm, pulling up on the shoe, then you're using your right hand to slide the fastener onto the back of the stem of the Jibbitz. So it looks a little bit like this from the outside. Just pushing down, pulling up with my thumb, sliding it on, making sure it hugs, and sometimes it'll kind of snap in there onto the back of the stem, and that's what you want. If it's not all the way on there, it's going to fall off. You're going to find it in your shoe later, on the ground later. So you do want to make sure it's completely on there. It'll encircle the back of the charm. It's a little bit tougher as you come down to the toe of the shoe because you can't really get your thumb down there to give you that extra support. The good part is that the fasteners are not as needed near the toe because these are just naturally tighter holes. The holes are actually smaller. When you get up in the bend here, there's more friction, and the holes are expanded just because of the bend of the shoe, so it's more important here. I'm gonna give you a visual of the inside of the shoe. So I've cut out the top of a Crocs shoe. I've got another McDonald's nuggets here in the top. So this is the inside. So you can see the back of the charm here. So this is the inside, and you'll see the inside view of what we're doing here. So we're pressing down on the charm, pushing with their thumb to create a little bit of space there between the shoe and the stem of the charm. And then we're taking the fastener and sliding it underneath between the two, just like that. It's a very tight hold, and it's meant to be that way so that it'll keep the charm in place. And you're pushing it all the way to that point. So you really want it to, so even if you can't see, you just want to reach your hand in and feel and make sure it's completely surrounded by that charm. If it's not, it'll be up a little bit and it'll tend to be like this. And so if you've got that large gap on one side where it almost feels like it's in place, kind of surrounded, but you've got a lot right here on one side, that's not right. It's not going to take very long before it falls off. So you've really got to push it in, make sure it hugs the back of that charm completely, just like that. So you want to be completely surrounded, except for, of course, the little gap on the bottom, but you want it to really be snug in there. I will say, because of just tension, friction as you're wearing them, particularly for kids, these can back their way out. Sometimes you have to replace them. They can back their way out sometimes. But really what you do is just make sure you just slide it. Feel them every once in a while. Slide it back into place as needed. And then that's the final product of what you want them to look like when it's on there. So that's an instructional video, and I hope these save you hassle and some money. All right, thanks.